friends. I'm glad to see you. We're going to read some stories today. I've got one that is the only Christmas story I've ever written. I wrote this when I was 10. And it's Good Night, Mrs. Claus. It says by Holly Scott because that was my name when I was a kid. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Santa gave orders. Do this, get that, ho, ho, ho. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Shiny toy airplanes whizzed. Whizz, whizz, whizz. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Joyous elves danced gaily. Thump, thump, thump. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Darling baby dolls were crying. Wah, wah, wah. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Impatient reindeer stomped. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Little kittens mewed. Mew, mew, mew. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Toy engines chugged furiously. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Noisy play pianos ping loudly. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Soft snow fell quickly. Plop, 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 plop. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. The grandfather clock bonged. Bong, bong, bong. Mrs. Claus tried to sleep. Santa gave orders. Do this, get that, ho, ho, ho. Joyous elves danced gaily. Thump, thump, thump. Shiny toy airplanes whizzed. Whizz, whizz, whizz. Darling baby dolls were crying. Wah, wah, wah. Impatient reindeer stomped. Toy engines chugged. Little kittens mewed. Mew, mew, mew. Soft snow fell quickly. Plop, 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 plop. Noisy play pianos ping loudly. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. The grandfather clock bong. Bong, bong, bong. Then darkness crept to the little house, and all was lulled to quietness. Merry Christmas! There's Mrs. Claus waking everybody up. And that is Good Night, Mrs. Claus. Well, I also know at Christmas time you like to sing songs, and I have this one that I think you'll remember. Frosty the Snowman. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with the broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town, right to the traffic cop. And he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop. Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go, 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 go. Clumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. And that is Frosty the Snowman. Well, in Alaska, there's definitely snow in the winter, and they say Santa's home is up north in the snow at the North Pole. This story is where my mom got the idea about how to make my costume, and also it's from when I was a little girl. You can tell it's even been repaired with tape, and the last page is missing, but don't worry, I have it memorized. This is Santa's Toy Shop. Way up north in the land of ice and snow stands a cozy little house. And beside the front door hangs a neat little sign. S. Claus, says the sign, because that's who lives there, Santa Claus. Mrs. Santa Claus lives there too, of course. She keeps house for Santa Claus and for all the elves who work in Santa's toy shop. And what a busy place the toy shop is. In the doll department, and the train department, and the game and building set department, and dozens of departments up and down the halls. Happy little Christmas elves are busy all year long, making and trying out toys. Oh, everyone's busy in Santa's toy shop, but Santa Claus is busiest of all. He shows the doll makers how to paint on smiles. I'll take a day off soon, says Santa Claus, and play. But letters keep coming from boys and girls wanting talking dolls and cowboy boots, rocking horses and fireman suits. I'm just too busy, says Santa Claus sometimes. I never have time to play with the toys. And most of the children have been so good, Santa has to do his best to please them. So the days whiz by in Santa's toy shop, and soon it's Christmas Eve again, and Santa's still not played with a single toy. Oh, jumping jacks, said Santa Claus last Christmas Eve as Mrs. Claus buttoned up his warm red coat. Now I'll have to give all these toys away and I'll never get to try any out. And he almost scowled. But Mrs. Claus whispered something into Santa's ear, and he left the house chuckling to himself. Wonderful idea, the reindeer heard him say as they waited at the door, hitched to the heaped up sleigh. Then all night long around the world they flew, and Santa dropped down chimneys with his load of toys, or slipped in doors or windows where the chimneys didn't fit. The load grew lighter and lighter, until at last Santa was slipping down the chimney into the very last house on his list. There he found a Christmas tree all set up, and he put the final touches on it and lit all the lights. He found a plate of cookies and a glass of milk with a note that said, "For dear Santa Claus." So he sat himself down and had a bit of lunch. Then he unpacked the toys, as he always does, but he did not hustle right away. Not this time, no. He set up the new electric train and sent it speeding around the track and through the tunnel. He sent the model airplane spinning around the Christmas tree, and he built a whole village of the Christmas blocks. When Santa had tried every Christmas toy, back home he flew in his magical sleigh to Mrs. Santa Claus. I wonder whose house he will stop at to play with the toys this year. That is Santa's toy shop. I know many of you have heard me read that one before. I love to read that every year. And I also know that some kids at the school have been working on this song, Here Comes Santa Claus. It says words and music by Gene Autry and Oakley Haldeman, illustrated by Bruce Watley. This is a song from a while back. Here Comes Santa Claus. It says this is from 1947. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeer are pulling on the rein. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. Hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for the boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle, jangle, what a beautiful sight. Jump into bed and cover up your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He doesn't care if you're rich or poor, for he loves you just the same. Santa knows that we're God's children, that makes everything right. Fill your hearts with Christmas cheer, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Dear Santa, I know I already asked for a real genuine cowboy hat, but what I really want for Christmas is a puppy, your friend Matthew. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He'll come around when the chimes ring out, then it's Christmas morn again. Peace on earth will come to all if we just follow the light. Let's give thanks to the Lord above, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Dear Matthew, this is Tinsel. She is a very special puppy. Give her loving care. Merry Christmas, Santa. That's beautiful. There's the whole song. That is Here Comes Santa Claus. Well, maybe you were singing along with me I know if you were here in person, you would sing along with me. But I do have a funny story about a duck who ended up having to do some work that Santa usually does. And this one is called Santa Duck. It's by David Milgram. Nicholas Duck had only one day left to find Santa. If I don't tell him what I want, he quacked, it's going to be another year of socks and underwear. On his way out, Nicholas found a surprise. Whoa, baby! It was a cozy warm hat and a genuine official, a cozy warm coat and a genuine official Santa hat. Ho, ho, ho! Jingle, quack, jingle, all the quack. Nicholas had no idea who had given it to him, but he liked it. Then Nicholas met a chicken. Santa Duck, the chicken said, I've been looking for you everywhere. I like a helicopter and a hot air balloon and a hang glider and a blimp and After that, he met a cat. I want a mouse and a canary and a trout and maybe a couple of mice and a couple of nice plump hamsters. Better bring some eggnog too. Has everyone gone bonkers? Then he met a turtle and a really, really fast race car that goes really, really fast and a helmet with goggles and flames painted on the side. Look, it's Santa. Cool. A squirrel. A case of almonds, a case of walnuts, 2 cases of peanuts, and a shovel. Thanks, Santa Duck. And a rabbit. All I want is a carrot cake the size of a football field. Don't forget the frosting. Nicholas couldn't figure out what was going on. All he could do was scratch his head. When he did, the hat fell off. Of course, he said, it must be the hat. So Nicholas gave it to a cow. Really, I insist. Gee, thanks, Santa Duck. The cow was very happy with her new hat. Jingle moo, jingle all the moo. Phew. Nicholas continued on his merry search once again, laughing all the way. Ooh, I almost forgot. Until the cow came after him. I'd like a frisbee, a skateboard, sunglasses, and a home ice cream maker. An extra large Santa hat. This one's too small. Then came 2 kangaroos, a pig, a mouse, a goat, and Nicholas's own kid brother. I never knew Santa was a duck. This is just Santa's helper. The real Santa is a pig. Make it a red bike with rainbow tassels and a big horn. That does it. Leave. Nicholas started running and running. Me alone. Until he ran into Santa himself. No way. Wait. Santa asked Nicholas what everyone wanted, and Nicholas told him. Wow. Thanks, Santa Duck. What a great memory you have. Huh? Me? Santa Duck? After they said goodnight, Nicholas realized he'd forgotten to tell Santa his own list. But it was too late. Santa, come back. Santa? Santa. Oh, no. Then when Nicholas got home, there was a note on his door. Dear Santa Duck, thank you so much for your help. I couldn't have done it without you. May I count on you again next year? Gratefully, Santa. Nicholas felt so proud. He forgot all about his own list. Getting to help Santa was the best gift he could get. Jingle, clack, jingle, all the quack. Well, almost. He's driving a Jeep that says Santa Duck. Beep, beep. And the cow has a skateboard. Oh, and I see there. Look, there's the new bike with the horn. And looks like the rabbit got his carrot cake. There are nuts for the squirrel. Oh, the cat is walking his mouse. And the turtle has a very fast race car. That's Santa Duck. Well, I would like to sing one more song with you. It's the one that Santa Duck was just starting to sing. And it's Jingle Bells. This has the pictures that go along with the whole song. Dashing through the snow in a horse open sleigh, through the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, and there's the whole song right there. Well, I hope you were singing or that you get to do some singing this season. Singing really does cheer a person up and sometimes cheers up the people around that person who's singing. My last story is this classic, The Night Before Christmas, and this is also from when I was little. The library has several different versions of this. Jan Brett has illustrated a beautiful one, and there are a few others, and of course there are funny ones about the night before Christmas. But to me, this is the one that's the classic. And it's based on a very old poem by Clement Seymour. This is illustrated by Leonard Weisgard. I think we could find the date. This one is from 1949, but the poem by Clement Seymour, I think that's from the 1800s. We'll have to look that up. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced through their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop his coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And that is The Night Before Christmas. Thanks so much for being here with me. Even though we're not together in person, I feel like we're able to stay a little more connected because of reading stories and singing songs, and I love seeing the pictures of the crafts that you've made. Thank you so much for sending them to me. If you make more crafts, you can send me those pictures too. And I really, really hope to see you in person very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.